Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk about this chimpanzee, Luffy, the new purple Luffy. As you know, I'm not really a fan of him, but he does have his quirks and he does have some good leader cards. So, 5k, 5 life, activate main, once per turn you may add one card from your top of your life cards to your hand. If you have 0 or 3 or more Dawn cards on the field, add up to one Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. So basically you're adding a card from your life deck to your hand to gain one Dawn. Not one of my favourite effects, but it does work and it is quite successful, knowing that he's one of the best decks out there at this moment in time. To start things off with, what backs it up is Ulti from the starter deck, Kaido. Yeah, they're all out of stock everywhere, and if so, they are worth a lot of money. So it's a 4k, 2k counter with a 5k attack, and on play, you minus one Dawn to bring out a page 1. So that's 4 of them. First, page 1 is here. I only play 3, it's a vanilla monster with a cost of 4, a 1k counter, 6k attack. So it's a good little beater for the deck. And next, because there's a lot of cost 4s and 5s in this deck. Your next 2k counter is Khalifa, with the cost of 4 and 4k attack. Attack's not great, but the effect's even better. So when attacking, you minus one Dawn. You draw 2 cards and trash 1 card. The only downside about this deck is there's not a lot of draw power because they don't have any real searches. So 4 of them. We then play 4 of the Trafalgar Law from the new starter deck, the captains. So the cost of 4, a 1k counter and a 5k attack. Blocker, Dawn minus 1. And if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, trash 2 cards from your opponent's hand. You won't get to use the effect often, but it's a blocker nevertheless. But there'll be a chance to use it if needed. One of the best blockers in this set, out at the minute, is the new Kid. Cost 5, 1k counter, 6k attack. Always a good number that. Once per turn, during your turn, when a Dawn card on your field is returned to the Dawn deck, add up to one Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it as active. If you're familiar with Crocodile, this is better, it's during your turn. So 4 of them. And the next 2k counter, and probably the last one, is the X-Drake. Yep, it's been around since set 1, still going now. 2k counter, cost 5, 5k attack. On play, minus 1. Trash a card from your opponent's hand. It's a lovely card. And one of my all-time favourite cards, even though I don't really use this in many decks anymore, is Magellan. The cost 5 Magellan, or Magellan, depends how you want to pronounce it. So it's cost 5, no counter, 6k. On play, you minus 1 Dawn. And you also force your opponent to minus 1 Dawn while you summoned it. Other than that, during your opponent's turn, when this character is KO'd, your opponent returns 2 Dawn from their field to the Dawn deck. A lot of decks like Red Purple Luffy, and I think even yellow decks, hate this card. It's well worth it, I'm telling you. Next card a lot of people tend to play is the Paulie. I am after one more alternate artwork. I have pulled all 3 of these so far. And he has no counter, but he is at 5 cost, 6k. On play, you vest 2 Dawn, add up to 1 Dawn from your Dawn deck and set it as active. And if you have 8 or more Dawn, you then K up to 1 of your opponent's characters for cost 4 or less. It's a lovely multitasking card there, and I think everyone should use it in this deck. Even in the Red Purple Luffy, it's a really good choice. A lot of decks I've seen do not use these. Miss All Day Sundays. Probably because it's got no counter, but it adds 1 Dawn, and if you have 6 or more, you gain a card. And the one thing this deck lacks is draw power. So the cost of 5 and 5k, it's a really good card to use. Character, and its trigger is Dawn minus 2. Of course, if you've got any of the Kid blockers down, you don't need to worry about that. Play this card and the effect kicks off. So 4 of them. Next in line we have our all-time favourite from Saturday 4, Queen. The cost 5 blocker, 6k, 1k counter, and of course, on play, don -1, you draw 2 cards and trash 1. 6k blocker, one of the best blockers out there, if not probably the. And everybody's after it, especially when it's like £25 a card. This is my low tech choice. One, because it's got rush. So cost of 6, 7k, you -1 don, and then you may discard a character with cost 5 or less from your hand and gain rush. There's an L-Dex out there, and it can be really annoying. Even though it's not a major threat, the NL costs 6 or 7, I think it is. I know its effect, but everyone thinks that if it's the leader who's Luffy, but no, it's only if it's a character Luffy, not a leader. So that's for the NL, as well as it being a rush character. Just the 2 of those. That's my low tech choice. Then we have 4 of the Eustace Captain Kid that cost 7. Really nice card. So on play, you -1 don, and you can give a character or leader plus 1,000 power, not 5, oof, until the start of your next turn. So it's always for your opponent's turn, which can make a leader or a character harder to get rid of. And also when attacking. So it's a cost 7 at 8k. 4 of these. Some people play 3. At the moment, I play 4. Because again, there's not much draw power in this deck. So you need it as quick as you can. It's one of your main beaters. And the second to last is I play 2 of these. A lot of people play 4 of these because it's basically the boss monster of your deck. But I think with the Eustace Kid and the 2 of the Luffys I've got, I think it counts out quite nicely. Other than that, this is pretty much old character in general. So the cost of 9, 10,000 on play, -5, but you shouldn't -5 if you do have a couple of blockers down, which makes it better. The kid blockers again. So you're -5, you KO, you gain rush, and you KO up to one of your opponents, cost 6. Yeah, you KO up to opponents, cost 6 character or less, and you gain rush. So as soon as it comes out, that's it. You're rolling. Play 2 of them. I might make it 3 at some point, but I'll be wanting one of the wanted ones. And the last one is basically Gum Gum Jet Gatling. There isn't many other choices I like out there for these, but this is +1 to Donrat. On counter, basically leaves a 3k attack. It costs nothing, but you discard a card. So discard a card, gain 3k. Its trigger is add up to 1 Don card from your deck and set it as active. So there's a decent bit of Don ramp in this deck. Of course, you've got Luffy's effect. The only real downside is the fact that there's no real searcher. Someone might find a way around the Hannibal and, or maybe the, no, forget it. They'll not use Iceberg. No, there's not much out there at all for purple when it comes to searches. But other than that, this is my purple Luffy deck. I will be using it this week for the second Valentine's round. I think where we are, we're running a bit late on it, but we're cracking on with it regardless. Yeah, for the year, not Valentine's, what am I on about? Anniversary. Oh, for the yearly anniversary, for the second round, I'll be taking this deck in and hoping for the best. Other than that, thank you very much for listening. If you want to leave any comments or anything, like, subscribe, please do so. It will help me very much. Other than that, thank you very much, and take care.